Assit Shirindev walks into a global clean tech festival, asks the panel a question that cuts straight to the bone, and comes home with notes that connect Moroccan demolition waste to Mongolian groundwater. As you do.
This episode follows that thread: circular economy principles, construction sector waste, and what global frameworks miss when they land in places like Mongolia. Let's start with what the construction sector actually costs the planet. The construction sector rarely tops the climate agenda, but UNIDO's report, launched at the Future Clean Tech Festival 2026, makes the case that it should. The question is whether global frameworks can translate into local action, and what Mongolia's experience reveals about that gap.
The numbers in the post set the stakes before any framework enters the room. The sector accounts for 37% of global carbon emissions, employs over 200 million people, and consumes half of all materials extracted from the earth.
And the structural efficiency figure is the one that stops you cold. The post puts it plainly. We are currently at 2.5% structural efficiency in buildings. That is the equivalent of an incandescent light bulb. The goal is a LED revolution for construction, potentially 10x less concrete and steel.
10 times less material to do the same job. That is not an incremental improvement. That is a different category of ambition entirely.
UNIDO organizes the path there around 3 pillars: structural efficiency, green chemistry, replacing hazardous materials in paints, insulation, and textiles without changing their function, and an enabling environment of standards, SME finance, and policy that rewards circular approaches over lowest price. Morocco's demolition waste problem, 5 million metric tons a year going mostly to unengineered landfills, illustrates exactly what the enabling environment pillar is supposed to prevent.
The panel response to the question about systemic barriers is where the post gets specific. Localization, harmonized standards, bold political decisions. The panelists agreed the knowledge exists. Implementation is what lags.
Ankit Kapassi's point lands hardest. You cannot import a great technology to India or Mongolia and expect it to work. Solutions must fit local weather, local materials, local realities. That is the frame for everything MCBI does with circular battery recovery, keeping critical minerals in the loop rather than exporting raw materials or leaving toxic waste in Mongolia's land and water.
The Gobi groundwater, the Tool River, rare earth deposits. The post names them as foundations, not abstractions. The closing question the post carries forward is whether we are leaving assets or liabilities for the next generation.
And the answer the post offers is that Mongolia sits at the intersection of every barrier the panel named: fragmented policy, missing standards, global frameworks that overlook local realities.
Knowledge exists, implementation lags. That sentence does a lot of work across every scale, from Moroccan landfills to Mongolian groundwater.
The next episode will show where that gap closes, or doesn't. Worth watching.